Welcome back to Talbot Steelworks here in South Wales, where the transformation of the steelworks site as part of the £1.25 billion investment into low carbon footprint steelmaking continues at some pace. Now, for those of you who have been following our videos on YouTube or on social media, you will have seen that a huge amount of work has been taking place over the last 6-9 months, really since the groundbreaking in July 2025. Today marks another significant day in that programme because arguably all the work that has taken place to date has been the enabling works, the preparation works, the stripping out of areas, the digging out of areas. But today, this week, here we are in the middle of March, is really the first time that the thing is starting to be built. We are starting to put in the foundations for the fume extraction plant, the Consteel conveyor, and behind me, the electric arc furnace itself. I'm joined today by Kath Sanders. Kath, you are Senior Quality Manager for SRM, our lead contractor on site. Kath, quite an exciting day actually. Difficult to see exactly what's going on for people. Can you explain what's going on this site now?
Yes, no problem. So we're standing on the fume extraction plant site, looking down towards the Consteel conveyor, and then the electric arc furnace will be in the building behind us. So it was quite a milestone. On Monday we started the precast concrete piling works. So behind us you can see that we've got 2 rigs. They'll be driving the precast concrete piles in, and they'll the foundations and that will support the slabs, and then the buildings and the machinery on top of it.
Yeah, because these are big old units going on here, aren't they? You know, the fume extraction plant, the Consteel conveyor from the mock-ups looks absolutely enormous. The ground feels very solid, but not solid enough to take a structure that big. Tell people what piling is. A lot of people won't understand what a pile is or what piling involves.
There's different types of piles. There's 3 sort of main types of piles. What we're doing here at the moment is the driven precast concrete piles. It's a square section, reinforced concrete. They get delivered from a factory up in Newark, and then delivered down to site. And basically they're quite long. They roughly going in about sort of between 20 and sort of 25 metres into the ground here, going down into sort of solid rock, because we've got obviously we're very close to the beach here, so there's a lot of sand. Obviously that's not very strong to take it. So the piles basically take the weight from the building and the equipment down into sort of more solid ground.
You were saying 20 to 30 metres straight into the ground, and arguably you're just knocking them in like a nail. But the technology behind it is quite precise, isn't it? The grid that you've had to map out for these piles. Tell us about how you grid, how you lay out that grid, and what size and depth of piles needs to be in which place.
You take the loads that are going to sit, that you're going to have to carry, and then you work out from that what size the piles and how deep. You also have to look at the ground investigation. So before anyone would have started here, you would have come in and done some boreholes to actually see what the ground type is at that sort of 20-30 metres down. And then you move into continuous flight auger piles, which can take really large weights, but obviously they take a lot longer to put in. So precast concrete piles go in quite quickly. 2 rigs can do about 40 piles a day, whereas you'd only be doing about maybe 10 a day on the continuous flight auger piles.
And you were saying earlier that this kind of looks quite brutal, the way these 4-ton weights are smashing these concrete piles into the ground. But you were saying that grid, they have to be very, very accurate in terms of those grids. Tell me what sort of levels of accuracy these piles are going in at.
So we've got a tolerance of only 75 mil in position, sort of horizontally, and we've also got 1 in 75 tolerance on verticality as well.
And the precast concrete ones we're putting in at the moment are the lower load bearing ones, if you like. And you said about the CFA, I think they're called the augered ones. Tell me a bit about how that works.
So obviously with the precast piles, it's literally like hammering a nail in, but the CFA ones, that you bore them, there's sort of a couple of parts to it. You bore bore the hole out with an auger. So you're taking the material out with an auger, then you pump concrete in as you take that auger out, and then you have to put a reinforced concrete cage in as well. So there's the sort of three main parts really so obviously that's why it takes a bit longer.
Yeah. And I guess you said about 1,000 piles are going in this area. And I know it's a big structure, and actually it's a lot bigger area than people can appreciate. But I guess in a matter of months later in the year, if we took a drone of this area, it's going to look like, well, I'm not sure, a pin cushion or a chessboard, but there's going to be a pile every so many metres.
Just in this area, there's over sort of 1,000 piles. Predominantly this top end is just the precast, but going down into the Consteel, where you've got more heavy machinery, you've got different types of piling. You've got the CFA, and you've got a board type of pile as well down there.
And of course, the last time we were down here a few weeks ago, we talked to Jonathan Lewis about filling in the lagoon. That area is also going to have some buildings on it. So the piling will have to extend around to that area as well, is that right?
Yes, that's right. So basically all the buildings within the sort of Project Invictus will be piled, depending on their size. So so we're sort of almost starting at one end, and we'll be working our way through round to finish off.
But the other thing you were talking to us about is they just before we started filming, they put one of these long concrete piles in. It literally took about 5 minutes from start to finish. But you were saying that the technology within the cabs and the data that you get from that will tell you the speed at which it is going into the ground, which will give you an indication of, or confirmation of, the geology, such that you can predict how well the next pile's going. Is that how it works?
There's quite a big digital sort of setup within the piling rig, and that will tell us the number of blows it takes to move the pile. And once all the piles are at the right level, you'll still have some steel that will stick up, so you'll get continuation from the steel, and then you'll cast the foundation slab then on top of it, so that the pile becomes an integral part of that foundation slab.
It's exciting times down here at Talbot Steelworks. The construction really has started now. The piles are going into the ground as we speak. Coming months, we'll start to see a lot more of this. We'll start to see the grid becoming apparent, and then hopefully through the summer and into the autumn, the main slabs will be going down, and we'll start to see the shape, the fume extraction plant, the Consteel conveyor, and then through into the shed, which is where the 3.2 million tonne electric arc furnace will start to be built. So exciting times. Kath, brilliant to come down. Thanks very much for your time explaining it all. We'll definitely be back.